Yellowstone County, one of the nation's hot spots.
Say that we're probably seeing about a 25% increase in the past week.
With cases and hospitalizations on the rise, one federal building in Billings re-implements a mask mandate.
Plus tickets up for grabs.
When it benefits the Grizz too, that makes it even a little bit more special.
Billings business is looking to do their part to pack Washington Grizzlies Stadium.
And stealing Christmas.
I don't remember a Christmas without the decorations on the poles.
A longtime Laurel holiday tradition will not be happening this year.
The 5:30 news starts right now.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Russ Riesinger.
And I'm Andrea. Lutz. COVID-19 is once again rearing its ugly head, with cases quickly spreading across south central Montana.
This new map from the Centers for Disease Control shows Yellowstone County and several surrounding areas at a high level of hospitalizations, one of the few in the nation.
That outbreak prompting the Department of Interior in Billings to re-implement a mask mandate.
Tonight, our Kelsey Boggs breaks down the newest data and if there are reasons for concern.
If you're entering the Department of the Interior federal building here in Yellowstone County, make sure you have one of these in hand. Masks are once again a requirement, following a rise in COVID cases.
South central Montana has become a hotspot for COVID.
It does spread.
According to the CDC, COVID-19 hospitalizations in Yellowstone County are rising.
I just thought it was the flu.
This long after the pandemic, when many have stopped carrying masks.
I had been playing the odds long enough.
Laurel Mayor Dave Wagner is among those who recently tested positive for COVID. He said he first thought it was the flu until he was urged to take a test.
My daughter works at the hospital and tested me and said, "You're very positive." Scratchy throat, head congestion. I didn't get sick with nausea or anything. Didn't lose my smell, taste. It just was a really bad flu, it seemed like.
And he's far from alone.
We're probably seeing about a 25% increase in the past week.
COVID hospitalizations at Billings hospitals are soaring. And with the rise in cases, mask mandates have returned for some federal workers in Billings, including TSA, the Department of the Interior, and the Social Security Office.
We have been seeing this steady creep over the past several, probably 2 to 3 months. It's a good chance that the diseases are circulating in the community.
But other federal buildings, like the BLM and federal courthouse, don't have mask mandates, although security officers in the buildings tell us they're expecting to be hit next.
If the public health professionals are anticipating, that this will continue, that the rise in a number of cases will continue to rise.
Until then, local healthcare workers are urging residents to get vaccinated for both COVID and the flu.
Get vaccinated. The vaccines have shown some really good efficacy. It's not necessarily will prevent you get the illness, but it will make the illness milder.
Even if you think it's the flu or a cold, don't give your coworkers a cold. I just think that's what you need to do, is take extra precautions and stay at home.
In Billings, Kelsey Boggs, MTN News.
Checking out things with the Stockman Bank weather cam. Let's talk the almanac for the day. Very warm first thing. We started off 43 degrees, which is warmer than our average high for this time of the year. 61 was the warmest reading, far below 1939 when we managed to hit 73 degrees, which is amazing when you consider the amount of time between sunrise and sunset. Very short for this time of the year. Regionally, well, we had a 33-mile-per-hour wind gust in Billings today, helping to push up the temperatures. Most of the readings east of the Continental Divide were hitting upper 40s to low 60s. In fact, 64 for you in Sheridan for an afternoon reading today. The winds very gusty as well, 61 miles per hour in Livingston, and by far not the strongest in the state.
We don't have snow, but weather aside, it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas in Yellowstone County. Holiday lights and decorations are on full display in many communities, although downtown Laurel is an exception. For the first time in a long time, that city is not hanging decorations downtown. MTN's Haley Monaco tells us why.
The joy in kids' eyes at Christmas just never goes away, so.
Paula and Doug Pales have lived in Laurel for 45 years.
We love Laurel.
And the Pales also love Christmas.
22 totes.
We have 22
for
totes
inside.
That we store in the basement. And that's not counting all the inflatables and everything outside.
With a house decked out in decor and a penchant for the reason for the season, the Pales were sad to learn that downtown Laurel wouldn't be looking as festive as usual.
I don't remember Christmas without the decorations on the poles.
We had ordered some new decorations. Those still aren't here.
The Laurel Chamber of Commerce typically decorates the light poles downtown, and that was supposed to happen again this year. But Cammie Story, the Chamber's executive director, says new snowflakes that were ordered way back in March never arrived. And that's just one part of the situation.
The old decorations not being usable, and the poles not being able to hold up those big decorations anymore.
The poles were damaged last year, and one fell on a vehicle this summer. President of the Chamber, Karen Black, says it would be a $12,000 project to fix those poles.
We don't want to put something up old and then we're in trouble and somebody gets hurt. Something falls on somebody.
Downtown businesses are doing their part to chip in with holiday cheer, but Black wants to remind everyone there's more to Laurel than just the decorations.
Goodwill, supporting our local businesses here. That's a lot more important than lights.
While the Chamber couldn't let MTN News know what is in store for next year, they said it would be great. The Pales are looking forward to whatever it may be.
They promised to be back up next year, so.
In Laurel, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
Pot shops continue to pop up all over the state of Montana, and now Gardner will also have one just outside federally protected Yellowstone National Park. Stacy Joy is the owner of Smoking Bear Dispensary and says opening the business was first met with some resistance. She waited over 18 months for a license, and even then, lawmakers threw a wrench in the business by postponing that licensing even further. She eventually partnered with a local Bozeman dispensary to open, and she says she's noticed the community become more supportive.
I'm anxious to see how the Smoking Bear can fit in to our nonprofit community in town as well. I know it's not going to be as welcome with all events, but we'll find the niche that we can feel like we are helpful and we can give back, because I do believe that is very important for small towns.
Despite weed being legalized in the state, the use of it on federal lands is still prohibited.
The big game is now just days away as the Grizzlies will take on Furman under the lights Friday night in Missoula.
That's right, and tickets are now on sale, but as always, they are expected to go fast. Now, though, you might be able to get your hands on some free tickets with a little bit of luck.
Our Charlie Klebs tells us it's all thanks to some Billings business owners wanting to make sure that Washington Grizzly Stadium is packed to the max.
It's a big week for football here in Montana, with the Grizz hosting that playoff game Friday night in Missoula. That's a 5-hour drive for Billings residents, but it's worth it to many as local businesses have come together to donate tickets to unsuspecting fans.
I love Grizzly football.
It's something Kelsey Meyer has experienced for years. As a self-proclaimed third-generation Grizz grad and former cheerleader, this is an environment that's extra special for her.
It has brought me and my family a tremendous amount of entertainment and memories over the years.
Meyer is a Grizz season ticket holder, though she won't be able to make it to Missoula Friday due to a work conflict. So she's come up with an idea to make sure her seats and others are full.
I just feel like anything that I can do to help this team and fill Washington Grizzly Stadium, make it look great on a national stage, is great.
Meyer took to Facebook this week, offering to donate her tickets to the big game, while also challenging other businesses to do the same.
When she asked me to help support, I was more than happy to.
And she actually reached out directly to me and just said, hey, this is gaining a lot of traction. Would you love to be involved? And yeah, I'm really excited to get more people up there.
One by one, businesses have stepped forward to accept that challenge, including Brian Hafner, who works at Universal Lending Home Loans, and Lynn Tucker, the owner of Camelot Ranch. Hafner's son wore this Monty outfit to the Cat Grizz game a few weeks ago, but this weekend he'll be at a different performance.
He has his first kind of Christmas play ever, and so yeah, love the Grizz, but family definitely comes first.
Tucker's son is a freshman on the team, but she's hosting a wedding on Saturday.
My heart's there, of course, watching the players and supporting them. Just the more people we can get in there and the louder it gets, we just want to continue to do that.
Washington Grizzly is one of the coolest atmospheres you can be at, and so I just want as many people to experience that.
Meyer expects to end up providing seats for at least 50 people Friday, a testament, she says, to the spirit of Montana.
Montanans are so generous and so giving, and for people to be able to do this, it warms your heart.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
A different type of ticket will be on sale next Monday in Missoula. That's because a global pop star is soon going to be taking over Washington Grizzly Stadium. Pink, known for her hits like So What, Just Give Me a Reason, and Try, will head to Missoula on August 28th. The Grammy Award winner is also known for her aerial acrobatics and dance routines. She'll be joined by some other big names, including Sheryl Crow, The Script, and Kid Cudi. The tickets for Pink's Summer Carnival Stadium Tour will go on sale Monday at 10. That's 10 in the morning through GrizzTix.com.
Alaska Airlines plans to buy Hawaiian Airlines for nearly $2 billion. Combined, the airlines will provide service to 138 destinations, including Billings, Helena, Great Falls, Missoula, and Kalispell. Air travelers will probably not notice much of a difference. Both airlines will keep their individual brand identities, with Honolulu still being a key hub. The company will be managed by Alaska Airlines CEO out of Seattle.
This will be pro-consumer and pro-competition. I'm excited about what this combination does for the business, and I'm so excited about the opportunities that our guests and our employees have with the business going forward.
The deal is not a sure thing just yet, as it could face scrutiny from federal regulators who are growing wary of airline consolidation. Right now, there's a trial going on in Boston because the Justice Department is suing to block JetBlue's acquisition of Spirit Airlines.
Still ahead on the MTN 530 News on Q2, music to the ears. One Billings man doing his part to bring joy to those suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia. That story's next.
And in sports, on the hardwood, a trio of seniors aim to bring Billings Central back to glory. We'll hear from the Rams coming up in just a bit.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
Alzheimer's and dementia can be a long and painful road toward the end of life.
Oh, but now one Billings man is offering an opportunity to relive memories through music in some of the seniors' golden years.
Our Marcus Kakova has tonight's Your Health Matters story.
Tom Blankenship is one of those people who have been there.
I had an opportunity to go to New York and be in a band.
And done that.
This building's on fire and my music is inside there.
A life.
I ran for sheriff and was sheriff in Stillwater County for approximately 9 years.
Well lived.
And was a federal investigator for 13 years for a total of 36 years law enforcement.
Even when the world seemed against him.
She goes, "What in the world made you do that?" I said, "You want to know what I was thinking, Mom? I'm getting tired of people telling me what to do." So I joined the Navy.
Music remained Tom's constant companion.
Probably saved my life because it was during Vietnam. Well, what I was doing was intercepting Morse code. Well, that was my ear for music. I thought everybody could do that.
Today, he shares with the Billings community what music has provided him since he was 7 years old. Memories.
She looks at me eyeball to eyeball and says, "Tom, you don't understand. When you play that music, you make me feel like I'm 17 years old again." I had tears in my eyes as I was heading for the truck.
He performs memories through music, a set of songs from a time all but forgotten for his audience living with Alzheimer's and dementia.
They're never going to remember your name, but they're always going to remember how you make them feel.
Music often acting as a supplement to medication for the difficulties associated with these degenerative diseases.
For that hour that he's there playing for them, they're good. They're whole. They are themselves.
They're back in a happier time and a happier place.
Those reliving through these fast fading memories aren't alone in enjoyment.
He's passionate. He's very passionate. He takes this seriously, and it's important to him.
Tom, a visitor in a time now gone, is connected with his audience.
It's magic. It's really magic. I'm so glad that I have that gift, that I recognize that gift to do that for them. Because like I said, I get 10 times back.
Marcus Kakova, MTN News.
Ed's joining us again. Our weather, warm but windy.
That's right. In fact, we have a lot of the wind reports from around the state. Check out Glacier National Park, 85 miles an hour at East Glacier. Wyndham was living up to its name today. Big Timber, 61 miles per hour. Will the winds last? We'll talk about it when we come back.
The MTN 530 News continues right after this.